All right, guys, so in today's video, I want to talk about purchasing large items here in the Philippines, whether it be a house, a condo, an engagement ring, things like that, and what I personally think about all that stuff. The other thing I wanted to mention is I am going to start hitting the streets here in the Philippines, and I'm going to start interviewing a lot of Filipinas, even Filipinos, to get maybe their opinions on what do you think about Western guys dating Filipinas. Does that bother you? Asking Filipinas what involves courting here in the Philippines, what kind of things you like to do on first dates, things like that. I've had a few requests about that, and really what I'd like to hear from you guys down in the comments is what kind of questions you would like asked, and I will ask those questions specifically. Actually plan on going out tomorrow and doing that, so stay tuned for that video. So let's go ahead and begin here. The first thing I want to talk about is purchasing a condo. Now, a condo is something you can own in the Philippines. Now, I've had several foreigners who have bought condos, and a lot of them have been pretty happy with it. Now, some of them have decided maybe their family has grown, maybe they have a kid, and now the place is too small. Or another thing that is quite common in the Philippines is they build these beautiful condos, but depending on the area, you can have earthquakes out here. I mean, who knows what happens to the structure? You can have a big tropical storm, anything like that, or things can change in the government. All of a sudden, currently they're very friendly for Americans or Australians, and next thing you know, the government is changing visa regulations like they did in Thailand and making it very hard to stay here. You just don't know what could happen, and that is the problem with owning property out in the Philippines. So me personally, I would never own anything here. I want to be mobile and able to just get up and go for a few reasons. One, they don't seem to maintain or keep up with the upkeep of like a condo. I've noticed, like I moved into a newer condo a couple years back in Cebu, and I stayed there 2 years. By the end of the 2 years, they maintained some of the stuff, but a lot of it was just getting old, and they wouldn't replace it. They wouldn't upkeep it. For example, the gym equipment was starting to get broken. Complained, and they never updated it. They just kept the equipment broke. They, in the U.S. or Australia, they would have it fixed or replaced. But here in the Philippines, they'll just let it go, forever. It'll be broke. A lawn chair by the swimming pool broke. And does it get replaced? No, it doesn't. They just leave it for the longest time. It's like they have a set budget that goes to building the condo and doing everything, and then that's it. And then it's done. Another thing, you could buy a condo and think to yourself, hey, this is perfect to rent out as an Airbnb. Next thing you know, rules change in the condo, and all of a sudden they're no longer accepting, or they're no longer allowing you to rent it out as an Airbnb. Things have changed. Now you have to do short-term or long-term leases, probably long-term. The condo that I was in, originally people purchased the condo and they had rented it out as Airbnb. They changed it where you could no longer do Airbnb in the condo. And then they had to do minimum 6-month leases. Okay? A lot of people come in and they don't want to stay 6 months, or they don't want to put a bunch of deposits down and deposits on internet and everything. A lot of people like to be mobile. Like me personally, I like to bounce around. Or if maybe I find a city that I really love and I'm in that condo, and then a year from now, a brand new condo in a better location, and it's better, it's cheaper, it's just nicer overall, and maybe perhaps I want to move over there to a bigger place that's less expensive and a better location. But now I'm stuck in this condo because I've signed a long-term lease, or I purchased it and I own it. I can't rent it out like Airbnb. I've got to find a long-term lease. I've got to maintain the condo. Any problems that come up, I got to take care of. It's just another headache. Now, let's talk about owning a house. Now, owning a house, again, don't just go purchase a Filipino house. Now they will, there's two things that I can guarantee in the Philippines. One is they are going to want children, unless they're over a certain age or already have children. Two, they want a house built. They, and to be honest, if you are in a relationship with a Filipina, it's serious, you get married, and maybe you're an older guy and she's younger, perhaps it really is a good thing to build a house. For about 20,000 US, you can build a nice house. And the thing is you have to be prepared to walk away from it, because at any time the relationship could go sour. And even though on paper it shows her 51% owner, you 49%, that really means crap. You own nothing. You will be out and she will be there. You have to be prepared to be able to walk away from it at any point. And if you don't have 20,000 to waste, then you shouldn't be buying her a house. Now, personally, if I'm invested, I'm in a serious relationship, maybe we have a kid together or we've been together for several years, then I would entertain the idea of owning a house or purchasing a house for her. Knowing that, this is a girl I really care for, and if something happens to me, she and our kid, or just she and her family, have a place to stay. Rent-free, it's already paid for. Or you could purchase a house, but do a loan on it where you're making monthly payments. So if something happens, guess what? You can stop the payments, and of course that's a whole other story. They could blacklist you for not making payments, but at least you're making payments. You could probably perhaps find a way out of it with an attorney or something. I don't know. That's my 2 cents on what I think about big purchases. Diamond rings and stuff, I don't think you need to go all out like you do in the West. With, they say 1/3 of your yearly salary should go for the engagement ring. That's complete crap. Don't do that here. They will be happy with just a very small engagement ring that's not, worth a whole lot. It's really the meaning behind the whole thing. And Western women are just completely ruined. They'll look at it and be like, oh, look at that small diamond. But here, they don't look at it like that. And if she does, then you got the wrong Filipino. So, again, guys, feel free to comment. Let me know what your opinions are. These are just my opinions. I'm not right or wrong in anything that I ever put out on video. It's just my experience here in the Philippines, and I share it with you, and I share my personal thoughts and feelings about things. And whether that matches up with yours, I don't know. It's up to you to decide on that. Again, comment down below. Let me know what kind of questions and comments you want me to ask Filipinos or Filipinas. And I will be hitting the road or the boulevard here in Dumaguete Tuesday. And get that video out really quickly here. So thanks, guys. See ya.